So hello friends, and welcome back to Book Girl. In today's video, we are going to be doing another art challenge. Yes, except I'm going to be doing it alone because I don't have any guests today, which I want to have more guests, but that's beside the point. Anyways, in today's video, I am going to be taking a page out of Drawing with Waffles' book and using all of my supplies that are blank color in one illustration, and that color I've chosen to fill in that formidable blank is green because green's my favorite color, and just considering how few art supplies I actually own, I have quite a few of this color, so I thought, hey, might as well go big or go home. So yeah, this will be interesting. First order of business, I just thought we'd have a look at all of the green art supplies I do have. So, I think what might have been the most obvious in you guys' guesses would be my Who markers. There are 7 green markers, all of them varying in shades, I suppose. I'm gonna have to swatch all of these just to know what they look like, because the Who's, I love you, but their caps are unbelievably inaccurate to the actual color, so that's definitely going to be a must-do. Next, we have 2 more alcohol markers, a Tombow ABT Pro in P191, and a Copic. This is Spectrum Green. I've used this so much, it's probably dead by now, but I'm going to try anyways. And then last, but actually no, this isn't last, I've got one more thing, and then I have these colored pencils, which I got for Christmas from some of my lovely family members. So again, I'm gonna swatch these, we're gonna use them, blah blah blah, and then we've got a green gel pen, which I know gel pens aren't technically art supplies, but I use my gel pens to sketch sometimes, so I thought I might as well include them. And I also have a green colored pencil just for good measure. So that's all the supplies. Let's get to the swatch and then into the drawing. Alright, I need to think of green things. And so far I'm just coming up with, like, plants. Which I guess isn't that much of a problem, considering, I mean, plants are green, you know? So, we're just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna grab some references, draw some plants. Now, I almost want to draw my OC Holly in here because, like, her whole thing is, like, plants and stuff, and if I wanted to, I could just do her entire color scheme green. So, I don't know, that might be interesting. But I've just pulled up some images here of tropical plants, so I think I'm gonna find some that I like, and I will start sketching them. So, a lot of the ones I'm seeing are the ones with, like, those big kind of fern style leaves that are sort of like, kind of, how do I describe this? Not like fern, that's probably not the correct way to describe it, but they're pretty circular. And they're heart-shaped almost, except the bottom isn't, like, that much heart-shaped. And it's kind of like this. The bottom's a little more squared off than how I drew it. And there are segments going up, like, there's one right here. And then it's kind of coming up like so until it reaches the bottom where it's just one, and then it's like that on the other side. And, like, what I'm kind of tempted to do is draw Holly and she's, like, in a jungle or something. Or, again, I could just straight up draw her in green, being a planty person, which actually might not be a half bad idea. It has been decided I am going to go with drawing Holly being all planty, so this will be fun. I'm just going to get down a couple of concept sketches. I have some poses that I'm thinking about doing, and as of now, I'm trying to decide if I want to do like her being planty in a planty is her superpower and she's like fighting way, or if I want to do a planty and a just chillin' with my plants way. Because I've got multiple for both, and I'm just not quite sure what it is I want to go with. So I'm going to get some sketches down of both, and we will meet up in a second. I know it's like a number one art rule not to go with your gut feeling when you're drawing something, but honestly, I'm so gonna go with my gut feeling because I love this sketch, and I'm basically just gonna try and recreate it on the next page where it's bigger, and as near as I can tell, if the page is about yay big, I just have one kind of problem, and that's the whole too much headspace up here. So I'm just gonna have to move the foreground up to about, not the foreground, like the ground up to about right there, and that'll be plenty of space filled up there. And I'm really happy with this sketch, and I'm kind of tempted to color it, but I don't feel like doing line art right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thumbnail a couple of things, and I'm just going to plan out the colors, and then we will get on to the actual illustration. Let's do that. I've got the colors figured out, which means it is now time for me to transfer this onto this blank page over here, and, well, we'll see how it turns out. Let's get into that. So, something that ended up happening was that my camera died, so I did lose a little bit, or most of the footage of me doing the sketch and the line art, but good news is I charged up my camera, so now you're actually gonna get me to get to watch me color this, and let's face it, the coloring's everyone's favorite part, so I'm not gonna time-lapse that because we all saw what happened when I did, and also, I'm sorry the audio is weird. My microphone has to be plugged into my camera, but my camera's plugged into the wall, charging right now, so it's gonna be a little bit wonky, but I think that's a risk worth taking, just so that way I can, you know, practice narrating as I draw / color, and I don't even think it'll be that hard considering I already have the color scheme figured out, so there isn't really going to be much thinking that has to go into this because I already have it planned out. But essentially, I've already done the hair. I'm doing it in Spectrum Green because it's just a very nice mid-tone green that's a bit of a shot away from the skin tone, which is that Tombow marker I was talking about. So that contrasts nicely. And, you know, she does look a bit like an alien, but once again, it's a sacrifice. worth being made, just so I can use all this green. Now, this is where the hard part comes in, because I'm having to portray colors and hues as shades of green instead of actual colors. So I kind of went by the tonal quality of the colors that are in her designs, like the warmer colors, like the browns and the golds are going to be warmer greens, like 42 of my Ohu markers, which I am making the shoulder strap and the boots this color. Well, that's done, and not how long it took me to make like bigger art pieces, because even though this isn't the most high effort thing I've ever done, it took me like 3+ hours, and I think that just goes to show I'm a little bit out of practice doing things that are a little more grand in scale, which isn't exactly a good thing. So I'm definitely gonna have to work on that. But aside from the whole time problem I had, I really like this drawing. I mean, not to say I didn't get a bit lazy with the background, because this actually was kind of my original plan to have it sketchy looking, but I didn't exactly plan it out like I was going to, so it does look a little bit different. But if you look in the actual sketch here, this was actually what I was planning on it looking like, just kind of the big green and then outline a few of them that are a different shade with the dark. And it didn't quite come out the way I envisioned, but I did kind of capture the vibe that I wanted to. And aside from the background, I really like it. The character, okay. I'm actually really proud of the character here, Holly. Like, I don't draw her very much. I've actually really only drawn her like twice before, because I don't really draw my NYX characters very often, but I really like this, and I'm almost tempted to just completely change her design to green, which doesn't make sense in context of the story she's in, but like, I love this whole green design thing. It looks very, very nice. So my final thoughts on this piece, I like it. I messed up a number of times, so like I was gonna use this page, that would be like a nice little spread. But that did not go well, and then I was gonna use this page, but it was too many pages being skipped, so now it's just like kind of weird because it's on this page and then yada yada. It's probably gonna be a bit confusing when I'm doing some kind of sketchbook tour, but like, it's okay. I'll find some kind of way to remember. I like this. And if I'm being honest with myself, I like the sketch more, but like, I always like my sketches, not this sketch, but I always like my sketches more, which is why I've decided to leave this uncolored. I might actually put that into Procreate and do some stuff with it, but for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it be. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!